Hey, Marcus.
How you doing?
All right, man. I'm glad you was able to make it, man, because I want my car. I need my car, bro.
I understand you have some car trouble. We're here to fix it for you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Marcus. Man, this is nice, man.
Got everything to do the job.
Okay. That is wonderful. You are truly mobile.
That's it. The thing we're doing is we're plugging up the computer to run a diagnostic on an OBD2 system, and we're checking to see what the codes are in the computer. The codes are telling us that there's an issue with the vehicle, and when we plug the computer up, it'll tell us how to correct those codes, or how to correct the issues that are going on with it. The first code that we have in here is a code which is P2104. It's saying throttle actuator control system forced idle. Basically, that's saying that this is what's called a fly-by-wire throttle body, and actually right now the electronics inside of it are malfunctioning and causing it to force itself to idle at a certain level, so it causes the car to sputter or run funny. Then when you go to the second code, there's a total of 5 codes in the system for this. We have another code P2106. That one is saying throttle actuator control system forced, limited power. That's when you try to accelerate and it kind of sputters. Then we have the P2111, which is throttle actuator control system stuck open. So now the computer is telling us that it's saying open, partially open, not all the way, but partially open, but it's stuck in an open position. Then you have the P2135, which is throttle pedal position sensor switch and AB voltage correlation. Basically, the sensor that's on the throttle pedal, because it is a fly-by-wire system, is not able to recognize how the throttle position is being open right now. Then you go to the pressure control solenoid, the circuit malfunction. It's all dealing, again, with the whole entire throttle position. So first thing I want to do is I actually want to go in here and I want to reset the computer and see if resetting the computer will cause us to eliminate the code. Because a lot of times, any type of computer, you have to reboot it sometimes to get it to function properly. And I'm hoping and believing that this will solve this problem on this one, so then we don't have to worry about going to spend money to buy a brand new throttle.
Where's that thing they're talking about? Where is it?
Where is it? Let me show you. This is your throttle body, and this is the actuator right here. You have a little motor right here, and then you have your control solenoid. Both of these items right here are controlled by the computer. It reads a signal from the computer, and it tells it when to open and when to close. As it opens, it gives you more air into the system from the intake, going into the intake, more air, fuel mixture, fuel ratio mixture, and that's how the car accelerates and decelerates. As basically, a lot of times you have these things to malfunction because the computers or the pack inside they just go awry sometimes, just because it is an electronic device.
You know, that's what when I was on the freeway, it just started to, it cut out on me once, and then when I was on South Cobb, and then when I got on the freeway, it was sort of like it was just kind of, you know, trying to struggle to accelerate. That's the word, yeah.
What was happening was inside here, this was not opening wide enough.
Okay.
So as you hit the accelerator, it wasn't sensing it. We do have a code saying that the throttle pedal, that sensor on the throttle pedal, is actually malfunctioning. But the main codes that come up first, you always go by the first code that comes up.
Okay.
That's the main one. The main code that comes up first is dealing with the throttle body. So when you get that, that leads me to believe that the throttle body is actually malfunctioning, not the actual pedal.
Okay.
So first thing I want to do in order to try and reset the system is I want to go ahead and disconnect the post on the battery.
Okay.
You disconnect your positive terminal on the battery, and this actually will allow the computer to do a hard boot.
Oh.
So what I'll do is I'll disconnect this, and then I'll disconnect this one. If you touch both the terminals together, that actually is what's called a reset the system. On most cars, the battery terminal is 8mm. You always remove the negative first. Knocking off any corrosion that might have built up on it. just so you know, since I'm disconnecting everything, you have to reset everything inside as far as the radio and the time.
Oh, okay.
I've got some spray for that. Just take both of them, contact them together. Not 5 to 10 seconds, 15 at the most. That will basically do what we consider a hard boot of the system.
Okay.
All right, before I do connect these back on, I'm gonna spray the stuff with the battery acid. It's basically anywhere where there's any battery acid, it'll turn red.
Oh, okay.
Positive on first. Tighten it up. You hear everything jump. That's exactly what happens because now the system has re-engaged itself. Reset this. See what we come with. First thing we'll do, go ahead and crank it up. At this time, we have no check engine light because we completely reset the system.
Oh, wow.
If you notice, the vehicle is running smooth, it's purring.
Yeah.
And I'm quite sure I'm going to let it warm up a little bit, even though it's warm outside. The internal components of the engine are not fully warm yet.
Right.
So I'll let it run for a few seconds. When I hear the idle die down a little bit, then I'll go ahead and accelerate. We'll take it for a quick test drive to see where we end up.
Okay. Oh, amazing.
On the interim, I'm going to go ahead and run what's called a data stream. Now, while I'm running the data stream, what this does, this allows me to check everything.
What were you looking for on the door panel?
On the door panel, you can tell by the date, the actual year the vehicle was manufactured.
Okay.
This is not a sport, is it?
No.
Find out what size engine we have. The way I found out the engine is by looking at the VIN number. K. K is a 4.0 single overhead cam. It's not a super. Okay, right now I'm pulling up all the information, and this is going to give me a complete information on what the data is right now. This is the mile status since it's been turned off since we reset the system. This one right here is the engine speed, telling us how many RPMs we have right now. Absolute, that's the throttle position sensor. It's telling me where the throttle is right now at 16.5 degrees. Then you have the barometric calculation, of course your mass airflow, your map sensor, outside air temperature 84 degrees. So the temperature of the coolant right now, we just crunk it up and it's at 117 degrees.
Okay.
That's internally inside the engine, how hot it is with the coolant.
Wow.
Here's our ignition advance. Our fuel system is closed. And that's the throttle position again. And that's the throttle command. And that's telling us 5.5 right now.
So is that normal? It's telling us.
Well, it's gonna constantly, it'll constantly move. Yeah.
Okay.
So, throttle position B, accelerating. So it'll tell us when we accelerate and all those things. So we'll just go ahead and go on it.
Okay.
Mr. Kelly driving. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna see how we accelerate.
Okay.
On these hills. It's one good thing about your neighborhood is pretty hilly.
Right.
How's that feel?
Oh man, that's awesome.
Okay, now we have one sensor that just went off. It's the ABS sensor. Have you been having any issues with that light coming on?
I don't even know what that is.
That's the anti-lock brake system.
No, I haven't had no problem, but it always come on.
It always does come on?
Yeah.
Okay, then there's a sensor. I will check that in a minute to find out what the problem is. All of our commands as far as our throttle and everything, it's all functioning properly.
Wow.
Like I said, sometimes the computer can just act up.
Yeah, just like your home computer, right?
Yeah. Same identical thing. You want to reboot it and see how it actually wants to run.
Okay.
See that good acceleration?
And yeah.
Good acceleration. I know it's 25 miles an hour. Don't want to put that on the tape.
Right. Yeah, we'll cut that out.
Yeah. I mean, everything is responding quite well. And just for giggles, let's go up to the Ford dealership.
Okay.
And ask them how much they want to charge for a throttle body. But just from everything that I'm reading right now, as far as our commands and everything is great.
Okay.
Accelerating fine. Man, it's running good.
Yes, it is.
Got my acceleration like I need to. Like I said, no codes, none whatsoever. I'm gonna go ahead and while it's running, I'm gonna go ahead and do just do a diagnostic code, just read code, see if we have any pending codes, anything coming up.
Okay.
System pass. Okay, only code we have right now is the OBD system, and it's readiness test not complete, which is a drive cycle. So basically, let's see if you see that on there. Basically, it's just telling us that the car hasn't been driven enough miles for it to completely diagnose itself. For a complete diagnosis on most General Motors or Ford vehicles or any American-made vehicle, it's between 150 to 250 miles.
Okay.
And it goes at different ranges of how fast you go, how slow you go.
Right.
It has one range, and it bases it on no faster than 65 miles an hour. That'll be your city and town driving.
Okay.
Then you have another range which is 65 and above, and that's your highway driving.
Okay.
And it just diagnoses all the systems to let you know how's everything functioning with the vehicle. Yada 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 yada.
Right.
So,
Okay. Wonderful.
it's running good and good. I just believe it was just a little hiccup.
Right.
Now what we are going to do, what I'll do when we get back, I have to go get some. Isn't there an auto parts store up the street?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. We'll go up there. I want to go ahead and clean the throttle body.
Okay.
And then that way, we'll clean all the sensors that's inside, and hopefully everything works fine.
Okay. How you doing?
Good, dude.
Yeah. Long time no see.
I feel probably in the future.
Okay, Margaret, what did they say?
Basically, they said that they do carry it. They have one in stock,
Okay.
and retail cost of the part is $330.
Whoa! 300 bucks.
$330, right?
Wow.
That's not them installing anything or anything like that. That's just the part itself.
Okay.
That's not bad when you think about how major that component is.
Right.
So it's about right.
Okay.